Now, Brazil have won the Confederations Cup in South Africa. In a test event ahead of next year's World Cup, they came from 2 goals down against the United States to win 3-2. Now, the 2010 tournament will be Africa's first ever World Cup, and Xolelwa Majeke has been examining just how ready the country is.
This is what South Africa wants the world to see. The Confederations Cup tournament was the perfect opportunity to silence critics and show that the country can successfully stage next year's World Cup.
South Africa,
on the whole, the teams were satisfied.
Segurança, transporte, tudo.
The hotels, transport, security, they're all working at the level of other Confederations Cups. It's surprising, but in a positive way. Everything that's been placed at our disposal has been very good. Everyone here in South Africa is working to ensure the World Cup will run as smoothly as possible.
There were issues with the quality of some of the pitches, but they had been churned up by rugby matches, both the Super 14 and the British and Irish Lions. That won't happen before the World Cup. Images of homeless people roughing it less than a kilometre away from one of the major stadiums is embarrassing to the host nation, as is the high crime rate. But compared to other big sports tournaments around the world, there were no major issues. The police have kept security tight whilst the investigation into money stolen at the Egypt team's hotel is ongoing. Public transport remains a major issue. Billions of rand have been invested into a modern infrastructure, but there are still concerns whether a new bus system and the high-speed rail service linking the airport with Johannesburg and Pretoria will be completed in time for June 2010.
People, they don't listen, you know.
In the first days of the Confederations Cup, park and ride facilities were chaotic, but to their credit, local organizers reacted quickly. They introduced bigger buses, did away with parking fees, and provided clearer information for fans going to and from the stadiums.
And you must remember that you come back on a gold sticker bus.
Even the health department got into the act by handing out free condoms and advice on how to avoid cholera, whilst local tradesmen found business to be booming. At the end of this fortnight, South Africa's local organizers were satisfied, but they know there's still a huge job ahead of them.
This has been a huge success, but as I said, we're not hosting the Confederations Cup, we're hosting the World Cup, so we must not celebrate too long and knuckle down and deal with the issues to deliver the World Cup, which is a huge and different proposition.
Whilst the Confederations Cup is seen as a dress rehearsal for the World Cup, the main stage is still under construction, though nearing completion. And already you can get the sense of the atmosphere of what the stadium will be like once packed to the rafters with cheering football fans. There is still a long way for everything to be ready for 2010. FIFA and local organizers know this, but these 2 weeks of Confederations Cup have brought into sharp focus what exactly needs to be done to make next year's first African World Cup a winning tournament. Xolelwa Majeke, Al Jazeera, Johannesburg, South Africa.
And for all the news on the Confederations Cup, head to our website. That's aljazeera.net/English and click on Sport.